Hey y'all, hope everybody's having a great day. It's Saturday, Saturday, spring take 4 here in Georgia. Something funny I've always heard from folks down here, and I say it a lot. Anybody starts complaining about the weather down here, just hang on a minute, it'll change. Especially during the winter and spring. But anyway, yeah, it was raining earlier today, and now it's beautiful out here, which the rain is beautiful in its own way. But yeah, got the sunshine out. Got my pineapples out here, getting some sun, ripening. I think that's just like the sun's good for us. It's good for ripening fruits. So I'll bring my pineapples out here. I eat one of those, sometimes 2 a week. But yeah, just something I do. I got to keep them in rotation. I'll have one or have 2 or 3 out here ripening. I'll have one in the fridge. I put them back in the fridge and let that juice and everything kind of suck back up in there, and then I'll chop them up, and that's what I eat. I mix them in with my food and everything. But yeah, it's my favorite fruit, and I think the one that's the least contaminated with pesticides too. I think of all the different fruits, pineapple would be the one that's the least contaminated because it has such a thick skin. But anyway, I digress. So we are on step 7, and the principle behind step 7 is humility. Now, you may have heard a lot of different definitions of humility over the years, and there is one in the dictionary, but I'm one of these kind of people that likes to bring it home. I like to kind of tie together what my experience has been like and what other people have said, and come up with a definition that hits home for me and makes things real for me. Because if they're not real to me, then what's the point? Before I can make it real to y'all, it's got to be real to me. So anyway, this is my definition of humility. Humility is believing who God says He is, believing what He says about me, and believing what He says about y'all. That's what it is for me. That's what keeps me grateful. That's what brings joy into my life, is when it starts with believing what He says. And yeah, believing the good that He believes about me, believing the truth that He believes about me, and about y'all, you know. So that's the definition I like. You may want to come up with your own, but that's important with this step, because if you don't believe who He says He is, if you don't believe that He can change you, which is a promise that He makes, then this step isn't going to work for you. Because in step 6, I had you guys write down what your character defects are. Well, in this step, this meditation, we're going to ask God to remove those character defects. And we're going to use a prayer to do that. It's called the 7th step prayer. I got this out of the big books of Alcoholics Anonymous, but again, I've said from the beginning, the 12 steps will work for anyone. You can take a plumber through the 12 steps and you'll get a better plumber. You can take a preacher through the 12 steps, you'll get a better preacher. You can take a railroad worker through the 12 steps and you'll get a better railroad worker. But say that 10 times fast. But anyway, so this is that prayer. And when you get to the part where it talks about, well, I'll just read it and then we'll get there. You'll see what I mean. And the version in the big book says, my creator. I insert Jesus into that because that's who I believe my creator is. So I say, Jesus, I am now willing that you should have all of me, mature and immature. I pray that you now remove every single defect of character which stands in the way of usefulness to you and to my fellows. Please remove my jealousy. Please remove my judgmental spirit. Please remove my lack of faith. Whatever it is that God brought up for you in your character defects, that's what you're going to say here. You're going to ask Him to remove that. Once you finish with that list, you're going to say, thank you for your strength as I go out from here to do your bidding. Amen. It's just that simple. So again, make it as personal as you need to, and take some deep breaths before you do it. You know, just feel into what these words are saying. And you know, you've already done the work previous to this to open yourself up to the idea that things can change. You've already started to change in this challenge. You've seen the weight come off. You've seen the principles that we teach work. So yeah, I'm gonna go over it one more time. And if you need this, I can send it out. I think I actually will. I'll have Mom send this out in a text or put it in the group if you need it to look back on. It says, "My Creator," or however you want to start it off, "I am now willing that you should have all of me, mature and immature. I pray that you now remove every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and to my fellows. Thank you for your strength as I go out from here to do your bidding." So yeah, I think you guys will really feel a release from that. And it's a prayer you can continue to pray when you feel one of those character defects come back up. Pray this prayer. You know, it's not a magic process. Typically what will happen for me is I have had it where certain situations would happen and a character defect that I used to act in, all of a sudden I don't. And then in other situations, a character defect will happen. I'll start acting in a character defect and I just become more aware of it. So again, it's not some magic pill. There's always a process. There's always something that God's working for my benefit and for the benefit of others. You know, that I'd be able to love more. And that really is what humility is for me. Do I believe that God is love? And do I believe that his love can change me into someone that's just like him, able to love with everything that I have? And I do believe that. Standing here right now, I believe that. Now, I might walk away from here and, you know, this flesh, this whatever, you know, that we struggle with, might pop back up. It may be another person that, you know, offends me in a moment. But I do believe in my heart of hearts, because I felt that when I said it, that God is love and that his love can change anybody. And yeah, love y'all. We'll talk to you soon.